Think we are going live there on YouTube and Facebook. Good morning if you're joining on Facebook and on YouTube, and then we'll just click the button on Instagram. I'm getting good at this now. Hopefully I haven't cut everybody off on Instagram. We're live on Instagram and we're live on Zoom. So we are going to do for our Wednesday morning movement, let's do some Qigong. Let's do a really nice movement, a 5-element Qigong movement. We will start off as always with just energizing the spine, oiling the joints, getting that energy flowing, taking your feet shoulder width apart, softness in the knees, nice and strong and stable in the hips, and then lengthen the spine up. Just resting the tip of the tongue on the roof of the mouth. This just really helps to keep that head balanced on top of the spine. Making sure you're not clenching the jaw so you can relax into the face. And we just start that movement from the hips and the waist. Have in mind that you're facing forwards, so we're not rotating all the way around. Just think of facing forwards, but the head can go side to side a little bit. And then just gradually build that up. Using or visualizing your spine, and that's from the crown of the head. Remember, the neck is part of the spine. The spine is your central rotational axis. You're rotating around the spine. Breath is just soft, light, effortless in and out through the nose. And you're just letting your elbows bend, so you're tapping across the back and the belly. The hand going across the back, I'll just whiz round to show you, is just tapping the lower back, the back of the hand tapping the lower back. Knocking on the door of life. Relaxing into the shoulders, between the shoulder blades. Feeling that connection to the ground through the feet. Using the ground to drive that movement through the hips and the waist. Gradually slowing down into water waves. So it's like you're just running your hands through water around you, in front and behind. Pay attention behind as well, so you get that little rotation, that spiral through the fingers, through the wrists, through the elbows, through the shoulders. And you may just naturally start slowing the breath with this movement. but still keeping it soft, light, effortless, in and out through the nose. Let those elbows bend a little bit. Really focus on the joints spiraling all the way from the ankles, the knees, the hips, the elbows, the wrists, the fingers and the shoulders. And take a rest. Let's get that spine moving, extending, and then curling up into that little ball, flexing, tucking the pelvis. Spinal cord breathing. So imagine you're using the spine and the spinal cord, all of the nerves, just stimulating the nerves. And breathing with the spine. So breathing gently in as you expand, and then exhaling as you curl up into a little ball. And this is where you follow your pace. Let your breath guide your movement. And remember, it's not about pain, it's not about forcing. This isn't thinking like, oh, I'm going to do a massive big stretch. It's just some very, very measured, controlled, but effortless movement. We often have in mind stretching and stretch too much. Here you're just encouraging that lengthening and opening up of all of the fascia throughout the whole body as you expand, and then just curling up. Keeping the face relaxed again, just checking in that we're not holding any unnecessary tension in the face. Let's do 2 more. And then give yourself a moment. Just bring the feet together, just so you become hip width apart. Just stand for a moment. It's always good just to check in how you're feeling after we've done the rotation. So the rotation through the spine, the extension and the flexion. Stand tall without being rigid. Stand tall and proud and graceful. Stepping back out, we'll do a little bit of dog wags the tail. So imagine you've got an extension from your tailbone, the clue's in the name there. Tailbone, you're wagging your tail, and that creates that movement through the whole spine. Lateral flexion. It's really key that we work the spine or move the spine in these 3 dimensions to keep it strong, healthy, flexible, and remembering that the central nervous system, the peripheral nervous system, all comes from through the spine. I think there's definitely something, particularly in this movement, that is really stimulating the vagus nerve, because the vagus nerve comes down from the neck. We're getting that little bit of movement through the neck, and it is a really nice, I find it a very calming movement. It's very practical in terms of posture and physical movement, because we need this flexibility when we're stepping from side to side to allow the spine to come back to center without you overreaching side to side. But at the same time, there's something just really calming and relaxing about this movement. Gentle breathing in and out through the nose. And take a rest. And then after a little bit of calming and relaxing, we can have a little bit of a shake out. So using the legs, using the arms, using the spine too. So see if we can free up the shoulders a little bit. Don't be afraid just to let the head move a little bit again on the top of the spine. But I don't want you to deliberately shake the head, but just get that movement throughout the body. Just let that vibration and the force, if you like, that you're creating just move throughout the whole body, and just absorb that force throughout the whole body. Notice any areas that might feel a little bit stuck. Maybe you can shake into them a little bit more. You can do it gently, or if you want to make it a little bit more vigorous, you can start to tap the heels into the ground. You can start to make some sound. We can do a bit of cleansing and clearing breath, which is breathing in, nice full breath in, and let go. Good old shake. Shake, 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 shake. And then slow it down, slow it down, slow it down. And then just opening up the shoulders. Again, we're not forcing anything here, just gently open up the shoulders. Have the palms facing forwards. Feel any tingling sensations, the energy flowing through the body. And now just letting the breath settle. And if it feels good for you, what is quite nice is if your breath is just slowing a little bit, if you get to the bottom of the breath, just maybe pause that bottom of the breath for a couple of seconds, maybe 5 seconds. It's a nice way of just balancing out that cleansing and clearing breath. Just if it feels good, just a few little breaths and then just pausing for a few seconds at the bottom of a breath. Nice. We are going to now do our 5-element flow. I've just covered my phone up there, so I can't actually see the time. Yes, I can see the time. That was good. Almost bang on. 15 minutes warm up, 15 minutes flow. So we're going to do our 5-element flow. So the idea is we have done all of this movement to get the energy flowing. The idea is just have in mind that the energy that you've created is going to guide the movement. The energy and the breath that you've created is going to guide the movement. So we're not doing exercise here. We're just letting that energy flow. So breathing in and breathing out. And just our little chat with the Zoom group just before the session, talking about intention and how that makes such a difference in how the body responds, the breath responds, the mind responds to a movement. So it's not just an aimless, repetitive movement. We are holding up the earth. This is called Buddha holds up the earth. So if you have that in mind, it just gives you that intention of the movement. And if we're looking at the elements in Chinese Qigong, in the Chinese medicine, this is working on the metal element, which focuses on energy, bringing energy into the body. And of course, the first place we bring energy in the body is through the breath. So really paying attention to breathing light and soft as you're breathing in. Should be quiet and effortless in and out through the nose. And then breathing out. And with all the movements, you don't have to follow me. Follow your rhythm, your natural rhythm. Follow your breath. Just doing one more in your own time. Taking a moment. And here, when you're just taking that moment, rather than just letting everything go, it's just quite nice just to have that little bit of tension, i.e. not over tense, but just that little bit of engagement, tension in the arms, that little bit of roundness in the elbows. And you may want to move, might feel as if you want to move around a little bit, that's fine. Don't want to become rigid. The next movement is the fountain. So again, it gives you that real clear intention. So you're a fountain, back of the palm, back of the hands together, coming up through the center line, and then the water coming out of the fountain. So pretty obvious that this is the water element, hopefully. And here we are really focusing on relaxation. Just see how effortless you can make this movement, how smooth you can make this movement. And as a fountain would, it's like drawing energy up through the ground and then clearing. And remembering, we focused on the bubbling spring when we're doing balance and things on the ball of the foot. And obviously that ties in with the idea of water. So bubbling spring, you're drawing energy through that bubbling spring, through the ball of the foot all the way up. Taking a rest when you're ready. And then moving into the wood element, tree sways in the wind. And the focus here is strength. So visualizing a tree, it's very strong, but it's also flexible. So that whole idea of strength combined with flexibility, strength combined with softness is what allows the tree to thrive, to create resilience, to build resilience. And this is just a metaphor for everything in life. There's always that combination of strength and softness, strength and flexibility. Whether that's in movement, whether that's in mind. If we're following the breath, we're breathing in. And then we're breathing out. Do one more through each side. And then just take that moment. Cloudy hands, so we'll have one palm facing down, the other hand facing heart center, moving from the hips and the waist. Really keep this nice and fluid. Remember, it's still a flow. We don't want any robotics going on here. Flow movement. The fire element, so enjoyment. Okay, and you can bring that softness into the face, You can have the tongue positioned, the tongue resting gently on the roof of the mouth. And just breathe comfortably with this one. You could breathe to one side, you could be breathing into one side, out to the other, or just breathe naturally, whatever feels good for you with this one. Moving from the hips and the waist, keep the spine long. And then take a rest. Moving into our final element, pebble in the pond, the earth element. And this is about centering, being grounded, stable, strong. And you could breathe out and then breathe in. Remember, it's not about overreaching. I think we have a tendency sometimes to overdo things, overwork, overtrain, overbreathe, overeat, overdrink. Then just taking a rest. Pulling down the sky, pulling down the heavens. Do 3 of these. If you get a chance where it's safe, do this 5-element practice outside. It's so nice, particularly if the weather's good at the minute. It's nice to do it and the weather's not good as well. But obviously if you're safe and comfortable, bringing your thumbs together, resting on that lower dantian, on the lower abs, bringing your feet together. Just a few moments. Standing posture, bamboo in the wind. So just allowing your body just to rock and sway, spiral. And just have in mind, again, that idea of strength plus flexibility. Strength and softness. Yin and yang. And then just taking a slightly fuller breath in. Just to open your eyes, take your feet out to the side. Gentle brush down. Thank you very much for joining me and sharing in that little 5-element practice. I hope that has given you a nice start to the day. Just a reminder, if you're around tomorrow evening, 6 o'clock, it's 6 o'clock, I think I said 5 o'clock on Monday, 6 till 6:45 UK time. I'm doing a 45-minute oxygen advantage. It's a bit of an introduction, so I know a lot of you know the oxygen advantage, but that's on the breath source. And if you want to join that, it's a $10 fee or $10 price. Just send me a DM or I'll put a message underneath on Facebook and YouTube. If you're on the mailing list, you'll have had those details as well. So I may see you tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. I quite enjoy doing evening sessions as well. If I don't see you tomorrow, have a good rest of the week, and I will see you on Monday for more focus on the breath. Have a good time. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Record.